There was no one there. At least, no one she could see. But the door. It was open. And she knew. She had closed it. From that moment on, she wasn't just uncomfortable. She was afraid. The fear followed her everywhere. Every room. Every corner of the house. Even in daylight, she couldn't shake it. That feeling of being watched. And then came the night she couldn't ignore it anymore. It was late. The house was quiet. Too quiet. She sat alone, holding her phone. Listening. Waiting. And then, a sound. Close. Too close. She didn't scream. She didn't run. Because somehow, she knew that would make it worse. Instead, she dialed 911. 911, what's your emergency? There was a pause. A breath. Then she spoke. Hi, yes. I'd like to order a pizza. The operator frowned. Confused. Ma'am, you've reached emergency services. Another pause. Yes. I know. I'd like a large pizza. Something in her voice changed everything. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't a mistake. It was control. Careful. Measured. Intentional. The operator hesitated. Then asked carefully. Ma'am, is there someone with you? A pause. Longer this time. Yes. I'd like pepperoni. That was it. That was the moment. The operator understood. This wasn't a joke. This wasn't a mistake. This was a coded cry for help. Okay. I understand, the operator said quietly. Is the person in the house with you? A whisper. Almost too soft to hear. Yes. The room on the other end of the line felt smaller. Heavier. Dangerous. Can you talk safely? The operator asked. No. Every word mattered now. Every second counted. Police were dispatched immediately. No sirens. No lights. This wasn't just an emergency. This was a situation where one wrong move could cost a life. Are you in danger right now? The operator asked. A long silence followed. Then, yes. And then it happened. A sound. A sudden movement. A dull thud. Ma'am? The operator said quickly. Ma'am, are you there? Silence. The line went dead. By the time officers arrived, the house stood still. Dark. Silent. The front door was unlocked. They entered carefully. Flashlights cutting through the darkness. No signs of forced entry. No broken windows. No struggle. But something felt wrong. Her phone was on the floor. Still connected to the call. The air felt heavy. Like something had just happened. They searched the house. Every room. Every corner. Nothing. Until they reached the bedroom. One officer stopped. Something caught his attention. A vent. Slightly open. He moved closer. Slowly. Carefully. And pulled it open. Behind it was a small crawl space. And inside was something that made everything stop. Food wrappers. Water bottles. Clothing. Someone had been there. Living there. Watching. 4 days. Maybe longer. The realization hit all at once. She hadn't been imagining it. The sounds. The movement. The feeling of being watched. It was real. Someone had been inside her home. The entire time. And the most terrifying part? It wasn't random. It was someone she knew. Someone who had been inside that house before. Someone who knew the layout. The entrances. The hiding places. Police later discovered he had been entering at night. Silently. Carefully. Watching her. Learning her routine. Waiting. Until the night. She realized the truth. Emily knew. In those final moments. She understood exactly what was happening. And instead of panic. Instead of chaos. She chose something else. Control. She made that call. Spoke in code. Stayed calm. Hoping. Someone would understand. And they did. But sometimes, understanding isn't enough. Sometimes, even when help is on the way, it's already too late. Because the most terrifying thing isn't always a stranger in the dark. It's someone who's been there all along. On a quiet night, a 911 operator answered a call that didn't make sense. A young woman calmly asked for a pizza. Not police. Not help. Just a pizza. At first, it sounded like a mistake. Something operators deal with all the time. Wrong numbers. Confused callers. But within seconds, something felt off. Her voice was steady. Controlled. Too controlled. And then the operator realized. This wasn't an order. It was a warning. And by the time police arrived, it was already too late. Her name was Emily Carter. 23 years old. Quiet, independent, and trying to build a new life. She had just moved into a small house on the edge of town. The kind of place people choose when they want peace. No noise. No distractions. Just space to breathe. Neighbors didn't know much about her. They would see her occasionally, walking to her car, carrying groceries, sometimes standing outside on her phone. She was polite. She smiled. But she never stayed long. She kept to herself. No parties. No visitors. No signs of trouble. From the outside, everything seemed normal. But normal can be deceiving. Because in the weeks leading up to that night, something began to change. At first, it was easy to ignore. Small things. The kind of things you explain away without thinking. A door she didn't remember leaving open. A light she was sure she turned off, glowing faintly in the hallway. At night, she would lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling like something wasn't right. Like the silence wasn't empty. Like it was listening. Then came the sounds. Soft footsteps. Barely noticeable. Just enough to make you sit up and wonder if you imagined it. She told herself it was nothing. Maybe the house settling. Maybe neighbors. Maybe her mind playing tricks on her. But deep down, she knew something was wrong. Days passed. And the feeling didn't go away. It grew stronger. Heavier. More real. She started noticing her belongings had moved. Not dramatically. Just slightly.